What's up, guys? It's Brian from Ashford Hub. It's about 9 a.m., February 12th, 2018. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Coming to you with a brand new trading video. This one's going to be on Bitcoin. But before we get into it, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you guys are on YouTube. If you guys are on DTube or Steam It, we would love it if you guys were to follow us there. And if you would be so kind to upvote or re-steam our post, that would be greatly appreciated as well. So let's get right into it here. Bitcoin. We're looking at Bitcoin dollar. This is a daily chart, and I did a bit of housekeeping this morning. Yeah, believe it or not, I actually deleted some lines, and it's good. It's good practice, regardless of your experience, to just sometimes just start off with a blank slate and kind of rebuild everything again, because you see a lot of things that you haven't seen before in the past. And I didn't actually do that directly here right now because I actually don't have the time, and I actually have to step out shortly. So I wanted to get this video out to you guys. But yes, I will be doing that over the next day or two to take a look, at maybe there's something more to be learned since looking at the basically at the chart with fresh eyes. And we still have this, descending wedge here, and we have this larger descending wedge here, and obviously what people are calling this bullish wick right here. The more and more I go back and to look at bullish wicks in the past from all various different types of markets, this is not a bullish wick. I don't care if this thing runs to freaking Pluto. It's not a bullish wick. It's way too big to be a bullish wick. I'm not even sure what to call it, but it's of not like a bullish wick type of formation. It's just way too big. So let's get into it here a little bit deeper. Let's take a look at 4-hour basis. Okie dokie. So 4-hour basis, we kind of have this zigzag pattern up, kind of this channel pattern up, which looked like as if it was going to be a bearish flag. It still possibly could happen. It doesn't look like it's the probability of that happening is becoming very, very minute right now. There was a bit of a sell-off, and then there was another kind of test, and then there was another sell-off here. I can show that a little clearer on the 1-hour basis. And yeah, so the market kind of came down, and then it kind of ran back up again. And I think when we spoke last, the market was like right here, and it was retesting this this blue line. And we had thought that possibly the market may sell off to further kind of lows around here, around these levels right here. Let's call this around 7,500 or down to even 7,300 to retest these blue lines again. That didn't happen. The market clearly obviously moved up from here, and that's great to see because we are perma bulls here, even as bearish as I come across, because I need to tell you what I see and what my top A and B basically predictions are. But I'm a perma bull because of the fact that I love the technology. I think it's the future. So yeah, I'm totally love when it goes up. Especially since the case is I start buying in these low levels. These low levels. I'm buying. This was I think this was a Fibonacci number right here. That was an easy pickup. Yeah, I am long in very, very small amounts in comparison to the overall portfolio. But yeah, I do hold Bitcoin 100%. So not 100% allocation, but I do hold Bitcoin. I definitely hold Bitcoin, no question. So one thing I did actually after, later on at night when I was looking at some other charts is I took this blue line. I don't remember where it was when we spoke last, because I did it last night, but I actually extended it. And this blue line we had drawn a long time ago, and kind of goes through some of these intermittent or intermediary lows, like I always say, there's like always like patterns within patterns, and this is like almost like a triangle within a triangle, like a nested triangle, but not explicitly nested, where it's like a triangle within a triangle, where you actually see a actual formation of a triangle within a triangle, but it's like almost like a I don't even know the correct word. I'm gonna have to work on the correct word for that. But it's like an alternate, almost like an alternate count triangle. So I extended that blue line all the way across, and lo and behold, it has impact right here and here. Pretty. I was pretty surprised by that. You know, that it's still kind of, you know, there's this almost like this median line coming through the market. Like there's this hidden support and resistance that's within a larger or stronger support and resistance. Almost think of it almost as like you have like waves within waves, right? Like you can think of a sine wave curve, that's a small one, and then you can have a larger sine wave curve, right? And that larger sine wave curve is made up of smaller different sine wave curves, right? And that larger sine wave curve is like the summation of all the smaller sine wave curves. And that's kind of like a similar analogy of what's kind of going on here as we see, you know, we see this, you know, the market, you know, stopping right here, and it stopped right here too. So I thought that was interesting. This may be something for the future. Maybe if the market, you know, doesn't get enough bullish sentiment to it, maybe we have some sort of sideways motion within this channel right here, because this does seem like some sort of channel. You know, at the beginning it was kind of like a resistance line, then it became, excuse me, the beginning it was a support line, then it became a resistance line, and now it looks like it's becoming a resistance line again. And maybe this may be a kind of a large triangle, excuse me, a large channel, like a large bullish, I'm at a loss for words today, my apologies, a large bullish flag, but that may form in the future. So I'm kind of giving a little bit in taste into kind of what I go through when I'm looking at things. You know, you have a taste of what's to come in the future. And you got to think of all these various different combinations. Elliott wave theory says, you know, there's 36 combinations. I think it's 36 if I remember correctly. I'm just going back a long time. So 36 combinations. The probability of that is low. I don't know. It's like called 2 point something. I'll calculate it exactly. Right? Yeah, 2.77% chance, 2.778% chance of picking the correct formation from the beginning. So, you know, it's a low probability. It's not impossible to do, because a lot of the formations are rather similar, so you can put a bunch of them together and the probabilities get higher. But it's still, you know, it's still something that needs to be taken serious as far as a discipline is concerned. So, because it's not all that easy. So, what are we thinking is going to be going on right now? So this is a 1 hour basis, and clearly the QQE indicator turned positive right along here. I think right up just a few bars before we had spoken last, right around this area right here. And the market has moved up from there. This ABC correction, it was just something that I was just going over yesterday. And this now is a key level. This blue line is a key level, about 88.56. 8,856 is kind of where I have my cursor right now. In my viewpoint, I don't know if we're going to break this right now. This possibly looks like this could be, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then maybe we're going to have an ABC correction. Or there could be a larger count here, you know, where we have, this is a 1, 2, and then we have a 3, actually 3, 4, and then we would have a 5, bringing us somewhere to like this 9900 level. I don't see that happening right now. However, the more we break away, in other words, think of like this is like jackhammers, and this is like a cement wall. The more we break, the jackhammer hits this wall, the higher the probability we're going to break through it. The wall gets weaker and weaker the more and more you hit it. And then after that, then we have the resistance line of about 9,000 that we've spoken about for quite some time, and that's where it is right now. What I would like to see is possibly a small correction, an ABC correction. It's for it not to come down too low at all, maybe around this 8,500 level, and then for us to make another run up at it. If that doesn't happen, then there's a good chance that we're going to go ahead and probably sit on top of this blue line right here at first. And then if that doesn't hold, then obviously we're going to go to this line right here, this mustardy line, which is a different, obviously, triangle. They're both good. You know, I'm not really sure which one I like in the long run, but that's why I pretty much have both of them there. But right now, for all intent and purpose, they're pretty much about the same within reason, unless you're day trading. I mean, day trading, it's a little different. But if you kind of swing trading and taking trades over a few days, then yeah, it's not really that big of a deal. So yeah, actually it looks like it's about to sell off here a little bit. The QQE indicator is coming down. Let's see what's going on the 30-minute. Yeah, QQE indicators crossed over. It's a negative territory in the 30-minute. Let's see what's going on the 15-minute. Yeah, and it's crossed over back here. So maybe we may see a bit of an ABC correction happening. That would be cool because the market can't always go straight up. There's another there are other formations as far as chart formations that we could draw, but right now there just really isn't enough information. So we're gonna leave it right there for right now. I gotta get running to an appointment, and happy trading. Speak to you soon.